Good evening. My name is Richard Lassiter. I'm talking to you from my office in beautiful South Richmond, Virginia, just across the James River. Like most of you, I haven't been able to go down to the river lately. They want me to stay home, so I'm doing it. This workshop is called Living in the Flow of Your Inner Power, Self-Healing and Renewal. My co-instructors are Judy Katzen from Las Vegas. You'll be hearing from them in just a minute. And Josie Soignier in Durango, Colorado. So we'll be passing the mic around. We have pretty long arms here. We started putting together a group of courses, I guess a couple months ago. A team of us got together and said, you know, let's just put some things together and really promote what we have. And then the pandemic hit. And we realized that we're in a really good position to help some people understand how to inoculate themselves against some of the worst effects of this. And that's what these workshops are all about. We did one last week. You can go, if you missed that one, you can go to ipminternational.org and scroll down the page a little bit. It's right there and you can watch that. This one will be up there as soon as we finish the series. We did one this morning. We're going to do another one tomorrow morning with a different team, and a different team is going to do another one at this time slot tomorrow night. So we're glad you're here. We're looking forward to sharing with you. I've been working with this system of spiritual development all my adult life. Over 40 years I've worked with it. I was an apprentice of the founder, and I'm very glad of that. That was an honor of my life. And I'd like to introduce my other co-hosts tonight, let them share who they are, and we'll get going. So, Josie.
Great, thank you, Richard. I'm so honored to be here tonight. Welcome, everyone. I'm Josie Soignier, and I live in beautiful Durango, Colorado. And I'm a retired professor at a small college here. And I'm currently working at the Rec Center, the Durango Rec Center, as a personal trainer and a Group X instructor. I also work in the aquatics field. But most importantly, I feel so blessed. I am a spiritual consultant educator with the Wayshores College. And it's really a pleasure to be here tonight to share with you techniques and tools on how to master your energy while you're here in this lifetime. It's a very powerful program. It's really changed my life, and I'm so excited to share it with you. We're going to fill up our spiritual toolbox this evening, and also I want you to know that you are in the right place at the right time, and that's powerful. So I would like to turn it over to my colleague, beautiful Judy Katzen.
Thank you, Josie. I want to welcome everyone also. My name is Judy Katzen, living in Las Vegas. I am a retired speech and language pathologist and learning disability teacher. And then I became a spiritual educator with the Wayshores College. What I've learned is so many tools and techniques that have brought me such joy and fulfillment. Many people are asking me right now, how come you're doing so well? What are you doing? And that's why we want to pass on to you tonight the tools and techniques that have helped us now and in our life to give us joy. Thank you for joining us. Back to Richard.
So we all are Wayshores College professors of varying skills, and there are more of us on here. All of you who are part of the college, raise your hand. Okay. All of these people are highly ethical, highly trained people. I recommend all of them. They're not very airy-fairy, but they can sure help you make spiritual knowledge a practical and beautiful part of your everyday life. With what's going on today, it's very important to me that I stay relaxed. When I'm relaxed, my energy is more resilient. If I'm relaxed, I can feel things coming and I can discern whether it's me or not me. You might hear me use a term tonight called spiritual gravity. I know when I get into a funk, I feel heavy. Life doesn't feel light and bright and springy. So I kind of use that sensitivity, that gauge, to tell where I am. And so tonight we're going to start right off with a technique. It's a simple one. All of you've done it before. I want you to get relaxed and centered now by just taking a deep breath and let it flow out. Take another deep breath and let it flow out. And let's do that about 4 or 5 times. And each time you breathe out, just release anything that's bugging you. Let's see if we can't spend an hour in the now, just open and feeling. Another breath. Relax. Breathe. Relax. When you get an insight during this class tonight, please type it in the chat window. We will notice it, we will read it, we will respond to it. So we want it to be as interactive as possible because we're going to be doing quite a few techniques tonight. We're going to focus on self-healing and renewal. So I'm going to, without any further ado, I'm going to pass this over to Josie, and we're going to move right along here.
All right, thank you, Richard. So some of you were here last week. We're offering 3 weeks of a series of informative classes. And last week's class, Creating Inner Peace, Your Ultimate Immunity, we learned that you are energy. And you are that stick figure clicking your heels on planet Earth. And we are here to learn and grow. This is a wonderful opportunity because there's all levels of consciousness on planet Earth. And so we are souls with a body, and we have an opportunity to, through our experiences and through our relationships, to find the gem in the dragon's jaw, if you will, through all of our relationships and all of our experiences on planet Earth. So it's really an honor to be here. So we kind of covered those areas last week, and we'll keep expanding on them in tonight's class and also next week, because they're really powerful concepts to really feel, because that's the truth. We are here to expand our consciousness. You have a unique life purpose. So today we're going to learn about that unique life purpose. And you know, really that is something to celebrate. There's no one on the planet like you or me. And that is amazing. We are all a cup of God, but we all are here to learn and grow and experience through our life purpose. So that's a really cool thing, because that's the big picture for me. I keep coming back to that when I find challenges in this lifetime, like what we're facing right now on a global scale. The other thing we are going to learn today is that you have help. You are never alone. And that's a powerful concept, because a lot of people lose their way when they feel separated and that they're alone, but they're not. We all have inner guidance, a team of angels that are here to assist us in learning and growing. And then next week, we will be learning more about our freedom. We are free. We have choices. And so it's a really wonderful opportunity right now to choose in to the opportunities that we can learn from this pandemic and how we can master our energy to shift, because that's what we're all asked to be doing right now. So it's really a powerful time to be here on planet Earth. We're also going to learn today about your spiritual gifts. And that's a really powerful thing also. And Judy will be sharing about that in a few moments. So let's go on to the next slide, please. And we saw this slide last week, and this is really beautiful illustration of energy. We are energy. And this is your inner power. And if you see all those colors in the flow, the inflow and the outflow, it's a really wonderful way to live while we're here, in the sense of being balanced and being aware of our energy. So what we are thinking and what we feel can affect our energy. So the beauty of this program of the Wade Shores College and New Spiritual Horizons is that we learn how to manage our thinking and feeling and be masters of our energy, because we are alchemists. And also, the other thing that can really affect our energy flow is our state of consciousness and the concepts that we've learned throughout our lifetime, from our parents, from society, from our education. So that affects energy. So the beauty tonight is we're going to dive a little bit deeper about how to master that and how to stay on high, particularly during the shift. The shift has hit the fan, so to say, on planet Earth, with humanity and also with our beautiful Earth. So pressure and stress can also block your energy. And so the coronavirus affects the heart and the lung area. And so that flow that you saw on the slide is illustrative also of our energy centers, our chakras, a lot of people call them. And the idea is that we learn how to balance and we learn the function of those energy centers so that we can live a fulfilling life, even no matter what is happening on the outside, because we master the inside and then live in fulfillment with the outside. And that's what we're here to learn and grow about. So tonight Richard is going to share some techniques with us on how you can keep your lungs and your heart open and healthy and full of love. Because let's face it, the remedy for fear is love, knowing that all is well in the big picture. So you are energy. So let's feel your energy right now. Are you ready? Okay, so this technique is called sensing your aura. And what I am going to do is I'm going to keep my hands up here so that you can all see me. And you're going to keep your hands down lower, right in your solar plexus area, your third chakra above your belly button. And let's rub them together and close your eyes. I want you to sit really tall. Feel your sit bones. And also ground your feet. Grow up 2 inches. And close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Those deep breaths that Richard shared with us just a few moments ago. And what I want you to do is just separate your hands about 1 inch. And I want you to feel that energy. And once you feel it, take it out another inch. And then you can go out another inch. So keep playing with that energy and really drop into how it feels. And if you lose it, go back to it. And just tune in. All right, come on back and share, if you will, in the chat box on how that felt, how you feeling, and know that that's the real you. And the more you stay relaxed, the more buffered you are, and the more energy that it protects you. around you. So this technique is really, really great to come back to know that you are energy and you are the master of your energy, and to choose into that. All right, so with that, let's see what's in the chat box. Oh, Christy Nicole, magnetic. Anybody else? Same, ditto. Somebody was feeling warmth. That is Douglas. Thank you, Douglas. And Estelle, nice that you're on tonight. It felt good. I need to remember that's the real me, indeed. All right, thank you all. So now I'm going to turn it over to Judy Katzen, and she's going to talk a little bit about our guidance.
Thank you so much, Josie. You can look at that slide. That is a symbol of man or woman. And you see that little person is jumping for joy. Why? Because they're connected to, you see the 3 circles above them, they're spiritual helpers. Now, spiritual helpers are souls that have actually mastered what they came to do in their last lifetime on earth. For example, they have become one with all things. Then when they go to the other side, you can choose them to help you when you come in as a soul. They've usually mastered what you're working on. So for example, I'm a teacher. I have a spiritual helper that helps me with teaching. And depending on what you're going to do this lifetime, your life purpose, you may have a small number of spiritual helpers if you're here to work with inventions, or if you're here to work with people, you have a larger number. Now, these spiritual helpers are a higher frequency, so they can give you chills on your body or a warm, comfortable feeling. Raise your hand if you've ever felt those chills. I see a lot of people. Those are your spiritual helpers, your inner guidance. And that's a wonderful thing to know you're never alone on planet Earth. Now, you have to ask them for help. If you don't, there's a joke, they go in the back room and they play cards. But as soon as you ask for help or ask for backing and support, they will come and back you. It's a wonderful thing to know that you have this team. They will not, there's nothing negative about it. If you're worrying or you're anxious, you're just not connected. And when you're connected, you feel in love with life. You feel appreciative. You feel gratitude. You might say, how do I do that? How do I connect? All of us have had these helpers from the day we were born. You probably weren't conscious of it. But anytime you were in a rut or a problem or something happened and you found a solution, I'm sure they were helping you. Today, we're going to share with you one technique. It's called cleansing. And what this technique does, just like Josie was sharing about that energy, that healing energy that you have in your hands, we're going to use your hands, that healing energy, to go around your spiritual centers to charge you. And what that's going to do is it's going to expand that aura. When we're relaxed and open, and that aura is expanded, then we can really hear those messages from our guidance. So whatever you have, if you have a book or a pen or anything, put it on the floor, sit in your chair and just relax. What you're going to do is you're going to start by taking your right hand and put it in the middle of your forehead, which is your third eye. And I want you to just make a circle and breathe in and out. And do that around 3 times. That's to make you relaxed. And once you're relaxed, once you feel relaxed, bring your other hand, your left hand, to the same spot on your forehead, and you're going to have your fingertips touching like a circuit. And then bring those hands around to your cheekbone and charge. Those of you who are on audio only, charge is like taking your hands and one time flickering them. Then we go back to that third eye, the middle of your forehead, make a circuit again and bring your hands behind your head. If you have long hair, under your hair, and around under your neck and your throat chakra, and charge again. Flick those out. Along with those movements, we're going to add an affirmation. And I'm going to give you an affirmation today. You can use anything that's going to raise that vibration. So what I would suggest and what I use is in the name of love. When you do it, you can say in the name of spirit, in the name of the God within, whatever feels good to you. Today we'll use in the name of love, and that'll be the first part. I cleanse my body, then you charge, and I cleanse my soul as you go behind your head. Let's do that 3 times together, all right? In the name of love, I cleanse my body, and I cleanse my soul. In the name of love, I cleanse my body, and I cleanse my soul. And breathe, you can breathe out as you do that last part. I'm going to have you all practice a few times, and then I'm going to ask you how you feel. And so practice 3 times, and then if you have any feeling, put it in the chat box. So let's look at the chats and see how people felt. I see here someone said, inner peace, healing, warmth. It felt good. For those of you who are brand new to this, you may not have a feeling, but I encourage you to practice this. I use this technique before I tune into my spiritual helpers, and I use it throughout the day. I like to tie it with things I do all through the day. So lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I tie it to getting up in the morning, going to sleep, going to the bathroom, which I do a lot, and getting in the car. But anything you tie it with, it's so good to cleanse. Let's talk about the other way that you can connect with your spiritual helpers. Your spiritual helpers can establish a 2-way communication system with you, and any facilitator on here can help you with that 2-way communication. If you go to the website at the end, and then you click on the 3 lines facilitator, you'll see all the facilitators who are trained in helping you with that. We also get messages, as you see on the slide, from an inner knowing. Sometimes you just know things. The phone rings and you just know it's your grandmother. Or clairvoyance, an inner seeing. Clairaudience, an inner auditory. And I remember once I was in the car and I suddenly heard a voice that said, stop. I got out of the car, I looked behind, there was a little child playing in the streets, and my spiritual helpers were warning me. So that's an example of clairaudience. Or an inner feeling, like you walk into a room and sometimes you feel really good, sometimes you feel kind of strange. You're picking up on those sensations of the room. All of these we go into a lot of depth with in the New Spiritual Horizons group work, which you can also see on that website. But right now, Richard is going to talk to us about our purpose in our life and how the spiritual guidance really helps us through these messages to be our highest self and to live our purpose. Richard, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Judy. I'm back to this symbol. and we've taken a word off of it, just energy flow. What we're looking at here really is, it's your state of consciousness and how it can affect how I feel, okay? If you would imagine each of those lines is like a 20-inch pipe of energy that's available to you at any time, and each one of those little circles is like a valve. And if a certain state of consciousness, if I don't have that clear, then that valve turns off a little bit. So as we run through our system, our chakras are controlled by our state of consciousness of self-acceptance in number 1, wants, and in number 2, needs in number 3. Number 4 is identification. Number 5 is drive or incentive. And number 6 is your relating, how I relate to people and to myself. And number 7 is my outflow, or how freely do I share what I truly feel inside with others. Do I hedge my bets? Do I kind of wonder what they want me to say, those kind of things. So looking at this, what you're really looking at and what controls it and controls my physical health is my state of consciousness. So number 5 involves drive or incentive. And this is where I can be vulnerable to the COVID-19 virus or any respiratory or heart condition. Now, let me show you what drive is. The sustaining power within that gives me the incentive to create, develop, and follow a project through to successful completion. Drive or incentive begins with my self-respect and leads me to my well-defined goals. My well-defined goals. In other words, if I had been trained, if my father was a doctor and his father was a doctor, and everyone in my family when I was young would look at me and say, he's going to be a great physician. But suppose my life purpose has something different in mind. I want to do something different. I don't want to be a physician. I came here to do something, instead of working with something temporary like the body, I came here to work with something eternal like the soul, to help people really get a grasp of who they are. I could be a very successful doctor because I'm a smart man, but I wouldn't be a fulfilled one because I'm not operating from my well-defined goals. I'm operating from someone else's well-defined goals. Goals that other people passed on to me that I should accomplish. I see a lot of that in the world. And right now we have an opportunity. It's like we've all been put in timeout. Hey, look, go to your room, figure out what you want. When we let you out, quit doing things you don't want to do with your life. Start doing more of the things that you love to do. More of the things that you would get up early and go do, and find out how to make that into a service to other people so that you can earn your daily bread doing the things you love. Now, that's easier said than done. You know, I have responsibilities, but it can be done. It just needs to be done gradually and with a plan and with some well-defined goals based on my self-respect. That is the way I see it. Now, let me see where I am with the notes because I got rambling there. All right, blah, 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 blah. Let's do a technique. Would you like to feel what it's like? I have a 6-year-old, and he gets up in the morning and he starts doing stuff. Feel, think, act. That is the rhythm of a soul when they're just being themselves. And go spend some time with little children and they'll kind of teach you a lot. But I'll watch Liam, he'll do something, he'll finish it, he'll go do something else. He releases it, he keeps moving. So the rhythm of the soul is really, can be summed up in 3 words: feel, think, and act. Another way we could say it, what do I desire? Let me organize how to get it. Now let me go get it. okay? A well-defined goal based on my self-respect. So we're going to do a technique to see how that feels. We had another way planned to do it, but I saw another set of instructors this morning, and I'm going to steal theirs because I think theirs was better than ours. And we're going to do that. And the way it works is you're just going to go feel, and then with your right hand, think, with your left hand, act. Feel, think, act. Feel, think, act. So what I want you to do, I want everybody to do that. And let's see what that feels like when we do it. So just kind of get away from your computer or something, and here we go. Ready? Feel, think, act. 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 Do it a couple minutes till you get a feeling for it and just see what it feels like. Think, act. Feel, think, act. Feel, think, act.
Feel, think.
How'd that feel?
Mm.
Did it feel natural to you? Did you get into it, begin to get a feeling for it? Because that is the kind of thing that, that's what we are. But instead of doing that, if my energy isn't clear, I'll feel, think, and doubt myself. I'll get an inspiration from my spiritual helpers or from my inner wisdom, and I won't listen to it. I'll talk myself out of it. I've become very good at destroying my success because I don't trust the incentive I got when I was young. Now, this program is amazing at healing that. The group work with New Spiritual Horizons, whether online or in a group in your community, that will be healed in very short order. What do we have in chat there, Josie?
Well, from Kathleen, Alice, energizes me. And Carrie shared, charged. And then Beverly is feeling the chills.
Feeler.
And then
Beverly's a feeler. One of the best on the planet. Okay.
Oh, Douglas shared, I feel more alive. Yes.
Good.
Ooh, Christina is energized and jazzed up. Awesome.
Watch out. Imagine, I mean, this is our natural state. This slide I have up now reads, I am love, and love is my sustaining power. And basically what that means is, if I love it, try to stop me. Yeah, I can't be stopped if it's something I really, really want to do. You know, Liam, if I try to stop him from doing something he wants to do, it's interfering with his free will, and he does not take kindly to that. And so we kind of, it's a balance when I'm raising children to work with, okay, what is really needed right now? You know, does he really need to come eat right now? Or will he gain more if he just stays doing what he's loving right now? Because I want him, as he grows, to really respect his ideas and the things that he loves, so that he doesn't have to undo as much stuff as I have had to undo in my life. But you are love, so whenever you put that into something, it's going to go. So what if you find yourself in a funk? And it's just, you know, I've had those days. I get up in the morning and I get upset with myself because I know better. You know, hey, Richard, you know, you cleanse, you know, okay, I'll cleanse, but I'm still in a funk. Here's a little technique that I learned years ago, that if you'll do it, it'll take you out of the funk. Now, here's what you're going to do with this. You're going to go, I am positive. That's all you're going to do. You're going to say that 3 times, and each time you say it, you're going to tap your chest like this. And I suggest do it as loud and as forcefully as you can, and just do it 3 times. So we're going to go, I am positive. I am positive. I am positive. Now, if you did it at that pace and were deliberate with each one of those words, you pretty well got the feeling for it. But let's do it again with a different word. And feel free to share in chat what you experience. Take a breath, relax, get serious, and let's go. This time, I am love. I am love. I am love. I am love. How'd that feel?
Ooh.
How did it feel? So that's really, you can do these things. You can do these things for yourself anytime. Try these techniques out. You know, here in the middle of a sharing like this may not be the best place for you to feel it, but this thing will be up on a recording. Watch it. Do the techniques again in the privacy of your home or where you want to. Go out in the woods and do it as loud as you can, or in the backyard. I guarantee you people will quit messing with you. Okay, who do I go to now? Josie, it's your turn again, I believe. Thanks, folks.
Thank you. I'll share some of the chat here. Christina said from that last technique, Douglas said, got goosebumps. And Estelle said, I feel more loving, thought about how I let silly irritants get to me sometimes. Yeah, look how quickly you changed your energy. Carrie felt a different energy with each word. That's really amazing. Words are powerful. And Beverly said they work, moving, clearing. So it's all about clearing our energy. Absolutely. Very nicely done. Thank you, Richard.
Thank
so
you.
Now we're going to take a little trip. And, you know, the title of our presentation tonight is really a powerful affirmation, particularly for the times that we're in. If you look at this slide, I am living in my flow of my inner power, my self-healing, and my renewal. And every time I say that, I can thump my chest. Very powerful way to shift your energy on the spot, in the now. You can put that on your refrigerator. It's a beautiful affirmation. So we're going to tap into our sea of tranquility. And so what I want you to do is sit real tall. I want you to feel your sit bones grow up 2 inches, feet flat on the earth, palms are up, open-hearted. We just opened our heart with love. And I want you to create and visualize yourself going to this really sacred place for you. The Sea of Tranquility could be on the ocean. It could be in the mountains, which is my Sea of Tranquility. It could be up in the clouds. So before we do that, let's cleanse. Let's use that cleansing technique. We always cleanse before we do techniques because it clears our energy and opens us up to spirit. So sit tall, close your eyes, keep cleansing a few more times. Or if you don't like the cleansing technique, you could just breathe in and out. And then close your eyes again and start creating through your gift of vision and your gift of feeling, your Sea of Tranquility. This is a sacred place for you. You're protected. You're okay. You are whole. You are loved. Feel free to embellish it. And visualize yourself in that space, just floating, where everything is on high, everything is relaxed and smooth. Start dropping deeper into your gift of feeling. How does it feel for you in your Sea of Tranquility? The feeling it creates inside of you. So once you feel that energy, I want you to look at an experience that you've had recently in your past where you felt really uncomfortable, anxious, or in fear. But view it from your sea of tranquility. So detach and look at that experience through the eyes of an observer. And just notice how your perception is shifted. So come on back. Open your eyes and take a few minutes just to drop in with any impression that you have, any solution that you have, anything you'd like to share, particularly on what it's like to view an uncomfortable experience that you've had from your sea of tranquility, knowing that all is well. And it's an opportunity to learn and grow. Judy shared detached wisdom. Yes, a lot of challenge on planet Earth is letting go with love and learning from letting go. and then Richard said, profound peace. And Estelle, I received additional insights about a situation. Yes, that is so powerful. Within a few minutes, a whole new perspective and a whole new shift in your energy. We are masters at that. Kathleen said it feels that everything is going to be all right. And yes, it is. So this technique is really powerful. You could spend a lot more time in your sea of tranquility or not. So I offer that up to you to use it to really shift your energy as an alchemist and to learn and grow from all your experiences. Yes. Oh, well, Christy, I don't think it worked for me. I got sad and cried. Well, you know, I have to say the crying sometimes can be really healing and really comforting. So it's okay to cry. So yeah, that's good. All right, well, we're moving right along. So now I'm going to turn it over to Judy, and Judy's going to talk a little bit about regrouping.
Thank you, Josie. That was great. This is another technique that's so powerful, regrouping. And you can use this anytime you finish a project or at the end of a day when you've done a lot of things. I always think of our life as a soul curriculum. I am a soul. I'm here to learn and grow. And every day, if you tie up everything you've done, it really helps. So get out a pen and a paper and write down these questions. And what we're going to do as an example, just to regroup coming to the course. The first question I always ask is, what did I accomplish? And that's as a soul. So take a minute to just write down, what did you accomplish by coming to this webinar? Then ask yourself, what did I learn? Maybe you learned a technique that you'll use and make practical, perhaps cleansing, perhaps a sea of tranquility. So write that down next. The next question is, what was my highlight? Your highlight is usually something that you felt. It might have been just being with a bunch of people who think like you. It might be the warmth of working with a friend. It's more of the feeling of it. So write that down. What was your highlight? And the last question is, what would I do differently? This is one of my favorite questions because before I was involved in this, my father always, he was very hard on me. He would make me feel that my mistakes were bad. But in here, in this body of knowledge, I learned mistakes are good. They're stepping stones to learning. So if there's something that you did that you want to improve on, you might say, I didn't listen well, or I was impatient, or whatever comes up. And that's what you're going to do differently tomorrow. You can always work on that, and we keep getting better and better as souls when we work on those things. So make sure you write those down. They're very powerful. What did I accomplish? What did I learn? What was my highlight? What would I do differently? And it really just ties up the energy. Then you can cut the energy on that project and go to the next thing. So if you have something that you want to share, put it in the chat box right now. Right? And I would definitely encourage you to use this anytime you finish a project. It could be throughout the day, 3 times maybe, or at the end of every day before you go to sleep. Now, let's see what's coming up, talking about learning. The next course that we're going to be giving is on May 5th and 6th. It's going to be the same timing, 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The class is called The Freedom to Live My Life Purpose. I love this picture because the chains in the picture, to me, symbolizes our life when we're caught in our habits and the past, thinking about the past too much, thinking about the future, not really living what we came to do. As Richard was saying, we're living more to please other people. You can see by using the techniques you'll be learning in this next class, you'll be able to break some of those chains. And the birds, of course, symbolize freedom. And you can see getting lighter and lighter. These techniques, although very simple, are quite profound when we use them every day. And they help us live what our plan is. So at the end, the last slide you'll see will give that website. And again, that website will have these courses. It's in 2 weeks, so look for them, register, and we hope to see you there. And now Richard is going to finish us up with a final technique.
Yeah, we did this in our first class, and we'll probably do it in our last class. This is a powerful way to outflow some of your love. What we're going to do is we're going to be working with pure spirit, with no personality. I want you just to relax and cleanse yourself. Take a couple deep breaths. If you're sitting down, put your feet flat on the floor, sit up straight. And we chose this symbol because the Statue of Liberty, from our point of view, is a symbol of spiritual freedom and liberty for all people of the earth. It may reside in New York Harbor, but its light shines far beyond the boundaries of the United States and North America, and in my opinion, was intended to. So what I want you to do is just relax and close your eyes. And I'm going to do the same because I can't get in it if I keep my eyes open. And just invite your spiritual helpers close and become very still and peaceful within. And feel your helpers move into your energy, giving you that peace that passes understanding. Spiritually, I want you to gather with us around the torch of the Statue of Liberty. So your body stays seated in your chair, but the real you is out here in a circle with the rest of us and all of the high souls who have true concern for planet Earth and its direction at this time. And you'll probably see all of us as lights, little different color because we're all unique and different, but lights. And focus your light toward the torch so that all of our lights look like spokes in a wheel, and we look like a string of pearls around that wheel. And see that light grow bigger and radiate across North America and South America. Move it across the Pacific, touching all the islands and nations that border the Pacific Ocean. See it go over New Zealand, Australia, up into the South China Sea, over Asia. Through India, Africa, the Mediterranean. See that light shining over Europe, UK, Ireland, Scandinavia, all of the islands and nations of the Atlantic, Iceland, Greenland, back down through Newfoundland and Nova Scotia and Canada and back down, just covering the whole earth. And for a moment, take a breath and just feel the love and peace and fulfillment that is the heart's desire of every soul on planet Earth. Any negativity you sense, let it float back out into the universe where it can be recycled back in. Come back to your chair. Keep your eyes closed for just a moment. Regroup your experience. Open your eyes and cleanse. Now, I would like you to outflow what you experienced on this one in the chat. That's good for you to do that. So take a minute and just pull together what you experienced into a few keywords, and if you would, put it in the chat.
We have from Kathleen, sharing my love with the planet. From me, the feeling of unity, all being lights in the world. From Carrie, beacon of light. From Christina, lightness, healing, total peace. From Douglas, I am an effective light in the world. From Estelle.
Oh, go ahead, Judy. My apologies.
Oh, one more from Estelle, healing.
I do this technique every day. I do it out of self-respect because it's my planet. And I share it with a lot of other people who consider it's their planet. And when something's mine, I take care of it. I take responsibility for it. Just like this is my body, so I take care of it. You know, and it's something you can do to be of service to your fellow human beings. You won't get any glory for it, at least not here. But the feeling and what it'll do for you, it's pretty profound. So I do this in my home every night. I put a bright light of environment around everyone I have some love for, the people in my family, people who have been in my family. Yeah. So any of you guys have anything to share about this kind of quickly there? Josie or Judy?
Sure. This is an environmental cleanse, and I love it because it starts with the I, goes out to the we, and then goes out to the all. And I do it every morning and evening and I start with my own environment, my home, and I take it out. And it's so powerful. You can cleanse your car. And I also send energy to friends. I send energy to somebody who's triggered me that I need a healing with, to let go and forgive. It is so powerful, and it doesn't take very long. You can have a quickie, so to say, or you could go longer. So it's really a fabulous tool to put in your box. And if more people were participating, I think we could really shift the energy on the planet. So thank you for letting me share. Judy?
I say ditto to everything you've said, but the beautiful thing about this technique is when you send the energy out, that positive energy goes through you first and then out to others and the planet. And so you get the healing first. And it's a wonderful thing to do twice a day, 3 times a day. You really feel the difference.
And make sure when you do send energy like that anyway, that you cleanse before and cleanse after. Open the door and close the door for your own. It can't wait. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending. I hope you will use the tools we gave you. I hope you'll join us next week when we do our final of this series, and then join us when we do some of the more powerful and in-depth courses in the coming weeks and months. You can learn more about our organization and what New Spiritual Horizons is composed of. It's a department of Wayshowers College, which is one of the few colleges that offers you guidance from cradle to grave on how to master your life on planet Earth. So check out newspiritualhorizons.com. Go to the facilitators page, find someone you have a good feeling for, get in touch with them, Google them, whatever you have to do. Set up an appointment so you can learn to communicate with your guidance and learn how your spiritual gifts work. That's an amazing thing to know. Thank you. You have our love and backing, and we look forward to seeing you down the road.